All right, listen up, because these guys ain't no joke. All right, I worked with them before. They're very smooth. They're very professional. They're known around town as the boys in blue. You knock on the door, they got the bugs, they got the ants, they got the spiders. You sign them up for pest control, right?
So then we get into the garage, and I'm starting to build some more stuff and start closing. And then he's like, well, we got to talk to my wife, you know? And I said, good, let's go talk with her. And I really forwardly, like, and what he was trying to say was, you know, come back later or whatever.
Right.
So I kind of bulldog my way into the house. You know? Like, yeah, let's go talk to her, you know? So I get in the house, and his wife is looking at, she's sitting at the table with like her sister, and she's like looking up like, who is this? And the English wasn't their first language, you know? So she's like, so there's a cultural thing going on there too. She's looking at the husband like, yo, who is this weird white guy that just came into the house, you know? And they're looking like this. And so I start talking to her, and I know I got to pitch and sell her, you know? Then her sister butts in and starts, and and she's like, said something, I think they're Chinese or something, so she said something. Now she's giving her like objections, and I'm saying, what is your sister saying? Is she talking about my shoes? Because I'm not including the shoes, because at that time I wore the bright shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, she says this and that. And so they're giving me objections from like 3 different directions. And then all of a sudden I noticed that the TV has been blaring loud with like this Asian news channel going on for like the last 10 minutes. And I said, hold on. And I grabbed the remote and I just turned it down. And then I put it down. Awesome. And they all look at each other, look at me, and they go, They like did the nod of approval.
Really? They like that.
Yeah. They're like, oh, that makes sense, you know. And then I ended up signing them up. And by the time I signed them up, all 3 of them were like standing in a different kind of corner of the kitchen, because they had roaches in the garage, they had ants in the backyard, so I kind of got all these things covered.
Yeah.
And I overcame all their objections to where, and just silence, close, sincerity, silence, close, sincerity. And then it's like they signed up grudgingly.
Right.
You know? But they're like, yeah, let's do it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sometimes third parties, if they're not with you, then you just need to try to eliminate them. Eliminate their voice. Like, go to a different location or turn your back. I literally like, somebody's like, well, I don't like pesticides, and I just like turn. I'm like in the house. It's like we're all kid and pet. It's just like I don't. You don't have any financial interest in this. You're not even 18 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
this is an adult conversation.
Exactly. Third parties can really ruin a sale. So
They can be everything. They can destroy everything, but they can also turn everything around. Mm-hmm. I had one time where I was pitching this Lloyd switchover, and she wasn't really interested. I'm going to be honest. She wasn't.
Yeah.
And I heard, and then as I'm pitching her friend comes over, and she's walking through the front door, and she goes, "What's this all about? Oh, pest control. Oh, I need that." She's like, I really need that. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. She's like, come on in. Not even her house. Invites me to her friend's house. I'm sitting at the table, and I'm like, for this, I'm not signing this one up yet. I'm still pitching the other lady, and she's basically selling it for me.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you do have this and that and that. Oh, they're doing the yard and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, okay. And so she's convincing the lady, and then I'm like, well, if you need it, where do you live? She's like, oh, I live, it's like 2 cities up. I'm like, perfect, we service out there too. Now, since you're a new customer, and I upsold her because I was on the switchover price for this lady.
Yeah, wow.
So I had her at the 89, and I had the switchover at a 99.99. So I'm sitting there giving them 2 different prices.
Yeah.
At the same table at the same time. Signed up a 2-for-1, a 99.99, and a 15.89.
Yeah, I like that. That's ballsy right there.
The lady sold it for me though. She came in and she was like, because I didn't think I was gonna get it. I was at the end of the pitch and I could tell she was not that interested, kind of thing.
And she comes out of nowhere.
So her friend showed up at her house.
Showed up at her house and sold it. She's because I think I gave him I did some sort of well, if you guys both do it together.
Yeah.
And so then the other friend was like, well, you got to do it with me.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Next day, the professional guy shows up with a truck. He's got product in the back. They get sprayed, we get paid. And look, these guys ain't messing around, alright? I seen them do it. They're professionals. They go in there with the bait box, they got the bait in the backyard. Next thing you know, the rats are dead.